Hi guys, just a short little snippet here. Well, maybe a little bit longer than short. I had a thought. You know, we hear in the news now every day, everything that's bad, nothing good. The snippets of something good are about that long, little tiny minuscules of information that put a smile on your face. Seems to me that this generation that we're in, and I'm not sure if my generation started it, and I passed it down to my kids' generation and so on and so forth as it goes. But the generation of entitlement and self-centered and selfish and lack of respect. And then when you do have respect being shown, you are ostracized for it or ridiculed. That really weighed on my mind this morning because, you know, I was raised differently. Manners were manners. I'm from the South. Were we perfect people? Oh, heck no. Are we perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. But I was taught manners, and that was, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, which started back in the 1600s as a sign of respect. No, sir. Yes, sir. Please. Thank you. No, thank you. That would be nice. All of the little things that I was taught. Opening the door for your elders. Don't speak when spoken to. Don't interrupt when someone is on the phone. That's rude. Don't interrupt a conversation. Now, I know that all sounds harsh to all of you, what's the word? Millennials. I know that sounds really harsh to y'all. But think about this. You know, my parents adopted me, and they were the most wonderful people in the world. I am so thankful that somebody loved me enough to want me. And they did their best to teach me how to grow up to be a prosperous adult, a good adult, a self-sufficient adult. Again, have I been perfect in all of those areas? No, I haven't. And I don't think we expect anybody to be perfect in those areas. But their training and their godliness and their bringing me up in church really helped me to stay focused. Even at the times when I faltered and went by the wayside. The things that they did and the things they taught me helped me stay focused on where I needed to be and what I needed to do. Manners should not be wasted. It's not a past tense. It really isn't, and it shouldn't be a past tense. Manners are things that we should strive for and strive to teach our children and our grandchildren, because somewhere along the way we've lost it. When a child can be ostracized because they have said, yes, ma'am. I remember I was in my 40s and I was working, and a customer went and told my boss that I was extremely rude to her. And he was like, well, that's kind of odd because she's not usually rude. What's wrong? What did she say? And the customer said, she said, yes, ma'am. And he got a smile on his face and he said, have you not told, or can you not hear in her voice that she's not from here? That she was raised in the South and she was raised to say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. That's a sign of respect. You know, there's all kinds of respect in this world that we have lost. We've lost respect for ourselves by the way we dress. We wear our pants down below our knees. Come on, give me a break. I don't get paid to see that. Don't want to see it. Or the girls that dress so risque. I admit, you're a beautiful girl. You know, maybe at some point in my life I had it, I'd have flaunted it too. Who knows? But when you get my age and you look back on it, there's some things should be left to the imagination. Treat yourself and act like a lady, because the only thing that you're going to get by not doing that is somebody who doesn't care whether you're a lady or not. Somebody who doesn't care to respect you. Somebody who more or less just wants to, hey, you're here. Whatever I choose to do, I choose to do. If I choose to respect you, I do. If I don't, I don't. A lot of these things we bring on ourselves. A lot of them shouldn't be brought on, no matter how we dress or how we act or what we say. So I think we need to get back to manners. We need to get back to respect for ourselves and respect for others. It is not my fault that what your grandparents or great-grandparents did. No more than it is your fault for what your grandparents and great-grandparents did to mine. The only fault here is mine. I was raised to know right from wrong. I was raised to know the difference between right and wrong and good and evil. It's my choice. Anything that I ever did bad in my life, let me tell you right now, I did not blame it on my mama and daddy, because they did everything they could in their power to teach me right from wrong. Anything that I did wonderful in my life, I thank my mama and God every day, and my daddy, because they taught me to do the right thing. So anything that has turned out right in my life, thank you, God, thank you, Mom and Daddy. Anything else that's turned out wrong is, oh, well, Rebecca, you messed it up. There you are. You should have known better. It's free will. You're not stupid. You can't fix stupid. And you're not stupid. You know the difference between right and wrong. And we blame everything on our parents, on our grandparents, on our ancestors, when you would just stop and wipe the cobwebs out of your brain. Use that brain that God gave you. Think about it. Your parents get a divorce. So anything that happens to you in your future is all their fault. No, it is not. Get a little story here. My daddy, his mama and his daddy were both alcoholics. His mama and his stepdaddy were alcoholics. At the age of 12, he was given away to an uncle who was an alcoholic, who sat him in the corner to feed him his supper, and the dog got to eat right from the table. My daddy did many things when he was young. He was a hobo. He hopped trains. He struggled hard. When he was a young man, he was taken by older gentlemen and brought into adulthood. There were so many things that my father went through, but I got to tell you this much. He never blamed it on his mama, his daddy, his stepdaddy, his uncle, the best friend, the guy who almost got him to hop a train and rob someplace, and he ran off instead. He never blamed any of the things that he did on anybody but himself, because he knew right from wrong. He never took a drink in his life because he saw what alcoholism could do to somebody. He worked hard to support my mother and I. He took me to church. He showed me how it was to be, how I needed to be when I grew up. So he never blamed a living soul for how his life turned out. And I got to tell you, his life turned out wonderful. He took care of my mama and me. I should say my mama, especially till the day he died when he was like 85 or 86. Always provided for us, went on vacations. He worked hard and never blamed a living soul, nor said, because my parents were alcoholics and they were drunk all the time and they gave me away, I'm entitled to. He was entitled to nothing but what he worked for. He was entitled to be only who he wanted to be. And he decided that he wanted to be better. And he wanted to spread that and show it. I wish he'd have written his book, because I think y'all would have loved it, absolutely loved it. He was a really intelligent man. In 1978, I believe it was, he stated that you looked at me and said, you and your children, you and your generation will not have it so bad, but the way the world that's going, your children and their children's children will suffer. And this was in the 70s. He was right, wasn't he? how things have changed over the years. Just stop and think. Quit fussing. Quit fighting. You know, what's important here? Cancer, Alzheimer's, leukemia, murder, mayhem, loss of jobs. My gosh, we got more people that are homeless than you can count on a stick. What do you want to say? People are homeless in this country for no apparent reason. They shouldn't be. People without jobs, they shouldn't be. These are the important things that we need to think about. These are the important things: better health care, better jobs, lack of homeless on the streets, children taken care of, no abduction, no human trafficking. Oh my gosh. Come on, give me a break. And you're going to talk about a child who says, yes, ma'am. Give me a break. Focus on what's important. Focus on what's going to make this country better, not what's tearing it down. Because in the direction that we're headed with all our pettiness, we're tearing it down brick by brick because we have become a petty nation. Get with the program. Be thankful for everything that God gave you. I don't care if you live in a little 3-bedroom or 3-room house. Thankful for that, because guess what? There's somebody that don't have a house at all. Be thankful for your health, because there's somebody just lost a loved one. Be thankful for your job, because there's somebody out there trying to feed their family with nothing. Be thankful and take your blessings and share them with other people. Hey, God bless you. If you liked it, grand. If you didn't, you didn't. That's just one of my quirks. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.